Hey, this is Hansman. Once again, welcome to my channel. And this is the continuation of our React. And this time, we are now seeing our React app.js is running on the local host 3001. And if you remember, we are going to work with this HTML file and along with the cascaded style sheets that we're going to be converting it to a React component, right? So without further ado, let's continue working on it. And before that one, of course, we might be needing a file that we're going to use it. And that only we need to import or just click drag this file, the student HTML and the styles within the SRC folder. And then you might be seeing now our HTML file, which is that form shows, but we could not run it straight from our React without converting this one as a React component along with the cascaded style sheets. Right, so for now what we're going to do is we're going to create a new folder named components. Right, we're going to be putting all our components over these folders, and the first component that we're going to be working is the student.js. Okay, we can do it as JSX as well, but we can prefer to work with the .js. And you can notice that the first letter is been capitalized, which means it is the components of our JavaScript. Right. So of course we have to create a constant. We have to write the code here, which is a constant student, right, with an arrow function. Of course, we'll be having here open one, and we have to return this one because we are in the DOM, and it should be inside open and close parentheses. Right, within this span of our return, we have to put an element div so that we could render later in our DOM and display it in our browser. It will not be complete if we don't export this one as a default and along with that name student. Right, so there you go. And this will gonna be our component, but for now it's nothing is happening. Still our image of React, it's showing in our browser. What are we going to do is from the HTML file that we have, we will just copy the form tag after the body tag, and from going to the closing, before the closing tag of the body, and we were going to paste this form within our div of our component student, and this is how it goes. Right, so since we are having these classes, okay, what we'll not be doing at the moment, let me just save this one. And what are we going to do is we'll go to our JS.js app.js. We might not be needing this this display, so let's remove this logo. Right, we'll just keep the app.css, and we will remove also the rest of these elements within the div tag. Alright, so of course we need to import. I'm going to import our student component that we just created, and automatically it will be mapped on our folder student.js. You don't need to write the .js there. So to execute that one, we have to work with the self-closing tag like this and save it. Okay, so let's see how it looks. We don't have any error, and it should be building this output now. So of course you are not seeing almost pretty much the same as we supposed to have it in this sheet, right? Because of the equivalent classes that it has to be applied on the cascaded style sheets. We have the title, we have an info, and we have the center table. Okay, we don't have yet the result there, so it's okay. So let's import this styles.css within our student, and let's try to import this. Import. Remember, we are on the directory of components, we need a double dot styles.css. Alright, so if we will save this one, let's see how it looks, and there you go. Right, we did apply now the what do you call this, the style sheets of our title. It comes with this a border color, the background, right, and that is a cadet blue, and info, it's, I believe it's the info is here in the class of our table itself, so which is a text align center, so that's why everything is in the center. But the problem is this one is still coming as a static one. We just only customize this with the use of map. We will work with the map constant variable for this, and instead of using a static one in our student.js, which is option, we're going to be working with the JavaScript here. But before that one, of course, we have to declare a variable within our function. So let's make a variable name dept, right, dept, and equals to, okay, a bracket like this, and maybe I will do IT here, comma, engineering, okay, engineering department, and one more is, let's say, for the business, right? So it has to be semicolon, right? So of course, since we have done a variable declaration depth as an array, so we have to use it within our table, and that would be a map here. So what we're going to do is our form select will be here later on. We do have already select there, right? But what we're going to do is okay, I will remove this option, right? And then we'll make a JavaScript there, or that map, right? I'll be using a map, and a key will be there later. Okay, so a key later will be there with an arrow function, okay, parenthesis, right? Okay, arrow function that we will going to use here, an option, okay, option tag, okay, because these are the attributes of this, okay. But in the option tag, we will going to use a key parameters for our depth, right? And that key will be later on be the department, right, or the depth, which we have mentioned there on our variable settings there, right? So I think I need to set one more here, that the map must have the department, right? This is the department, okay, department, and comma key, right, comma key for that. Okay, so let's just fix our parenthesis here, right? So this must be inside this, and a single parenthesis will be closing our option. So we have a couple of parentheses here, so let me save this, right? So we'll see now the output if our array depth is working on our screen, and perhaps yes, it's working fine. So there you go. We almost about to complete now this second video tutorial, and eventually later we will come to the next stage of our React development. So bye bye for now. See you once again in the next video.